Hello friends, welcome to today's channel. Have I ever filmed an intro before? No, clearly not. Hello friends, thank you for joining me on today's video. I am always excited. I will never not be excited. I've caught myself saying I'm so excited in the beginning of every single video because it's true, but on the other hand I'm like, I need to find variety here somewhere somehow. I don't know. Anyway, today is a second cup of coffee kind of day. I'm very tired. I feel exhausted. We are going to be doing a video on a couple new products. So what I've got here is M Cosmetics. They have their blush and their bronzer or contour sticks. I'm a sucker for this stuff. I can't say no. I'm also going to be trying out the Natasha Denona Peak palette. I picked this up at a thrift store. It was inexpensive, much more inexpensive than I expected it to be. So here are my new products today. I'm just going to be doing a full face. You can do like a little get ready with me. You can grab your coffee or grab your own makeup and join along with me. We can see how these products play out. By the way, there's construction going on down below. If you hear weird noises like there's happening right now, never fear. It's just the construction workers deciding to demolish things while I'm filming a video. So that's nice. We're just gonna keep going because I don't have time to wait for another day or whatever. I just want to play with makeup. Now, I've got this new e.l.f. Mint Melt Primer. This is definitely a new product. I did show the unboxing on my Instagram. Oh my gosh, those workers. I can't even. By the way, I may have gotten a new haircut. I don't know if you'll be able to tell a difference because it's not that big of a difference, but I got it like shaped up. And then I got these little curtain bangs, which I don't usually do curtain bangs. I got some color toning here, a little bit of red, a little bit of pink. I love it. I've had this color before and it's so pretty in my dark brown black hair, and I love it. So I am gonna pin my hair back because I'm not used to having the little curtain bangs and they are going to be in my way. That looks real attractive. Oh my gosh, these workers, I literally, they're gonna bug me all day. But it is okay, we will get through this. I've got my face primed. I do think that the Milk makeup primer is a bit, it's a bit thicker, it's a bit more gel-like. This is definitely still gel and tacky, sticky, which I love that kind of a primer. This one is probably slightly thinner in texture, and I like it just the same. I think that it's a great dupe, and I mean, it does the job. It does exactly the same thing. The more I use it, the more it's growing on me. We are on to SPF. I have been rubbing in SPF with my hands. I find that by doing that, it makes the product go further. And since it's an SPF and I want to apply a decent layer, I think that applying it with a sponge just thins it out more than I would like. Next, we are going to do the Pretty Fresh foundation. This is the tinted moisturizer. I'm almost out and I'm excited. I've been panning this and I'm just ready to try something else, but in order to not get out of hand, I'm trying to use this up before buying something else. How is that working for me? It's difficult because I really want to just go out and buy something else. I swear, those workers are literally right outside my window. Like, I live on the 3rd floor, but it sounds like that they're literally crawling up my wall. Oh, it's because they are. I can literally see the ladder that they're trying to crawl up here. That's creepy. I don't know what to do. If they come in here and they're gonna like look in my room, I'm gonna literally freak out. I don't know where they're trying to go, but I'm not really here for it, especially during this video. Blend out the neck. I'm gonna apply a second little layer on the cheek, on each cheek, because I want a little more coverage today, but I don't want to reach for a different product, so I'll just use extra amount. And I think it works quite well. Now my skin is nice and glowy. Let's go ahead and do the concealer. I've got the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. With having such a small makeup collection, I can really get use out of each product and really enjoy it. After I use up my Wet n Wild concealer, this will be my only concealer in my collection. This has a lot of product in it, or at least it feels like it does. So this will last me a long time. And I'm really excited to go down to just one concealer. I had 3 at one time, and for me, I just feel like that's a little bit much, especially for how slowly I go through them. Just a little bit of concealer there. Then we're going to set it. I always set my concealer. I've got my little brush here, little tapered brush. Eyes are set. Now we are going to try out the one thing that I've been ready to try out. We're gonna try out, this is So Soft M Cosmetics Stick Bronzer in Terra. This is what it looks like, unused. And here we go. I'm just gonna go straight in. Ooh. Now, I bought this color with more expectation to use it as a contour than I did a bronzer, because I already have a bronzer stick and I think that it is a warmer shade. So here, this is probably closer to the summer shade that M Cosmetics has, but I wanted to have 2 different bronzers. I wanted one to be more of a cooler toned contour shade and then one to be warmer toned bronzer shade. Okay, I'm really starting to get annoyed, but I can't let this ruin my day. All right, so I've got my e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator brush. I have been super into this little brush. It's been so much fun to use. Oh, there he is. There's the guy. If he peeks in here, I'm gonna be pissed. He's just on the side. I feel like this is more of a video of the saga of the construction worker. Like, I think it is working. It blends out just so easily. It blends out easier than the Physicians Formula bronzer does. And I think it does a good job. Like, I think it maybe blends away a little bit too quickly. I don't know. Let's do a little bit more on each side. And let's see if I can get that little contoured effect. Now that's nice. I think it's nice. Maybe I shouldn't do this with a brush, but it's kind of how I apply my other cream products. So I feel like that if they work, then this one should work. But it looks a little bit muddy on this side, doesn't it? Let's do a little more blending. I don't know about this. I think that it looks nice on this side, but for whatever reason, it looks a little bit not my favorite on this side. I may have applied too much or applied it in a weird spot, but I feel like that this area of my cheek is a little bit strange right now. I don't know why, but it's got like this little spot like doesn't keep product on it very well, and I'm not sure why. So let me just apply a little bit more, and then we're going to be really careful about how we blend it out. Let me grab my sponge and just kind of tap it out a little bit more gently. Yeah, I mean, I think it works. I can definitely see that I've got that over here on this side. I think I did a better job on this side. Anyway, alright, so that is the contour. Now, let's do the blush. This is in the shade Lychee, and it looks like this. Look at how pretty this is. I am so excited. We're just gonna paint it on. This is a very pretty color. It's literally all that I could ask for in a blush. Like, it's pretty. Let's use my blender though for this one, because I don't want to mix the blush and the bronzer with my little putty brush from e.l.f. Oh, that is so pretty. Once I bounce this out, I feel like that it is depositing the right amount of color. It's not blending away into nothing, but it is so pretty. Alright, the blush I'm into. The blush is nice. The blush is really nice. I'm so excited. So for highlighter, I'm actually going to go into the Nude Sticks highlighter in the shade Hey Honey. This is a beautiful cream highlighting stick that I have really grown to appreciate. And we're just going to tap it on the high points like so. I'm trying not to rub, I'm just trying to tap so that way hopefully it doesn't move around the product. And then bounce it out with this sponges, an AOA sponge, the Mochi sponge, I believe. I don't feel like the highlighter is showing up over top of the blush. Maybe it is, a little bit. It's all very glowy right now, so it's just got a lot of dewiness. But I'm super into this. I think the blush is my favorite. Let's go ahead now. I do have to go to work, set my face with powder in order for my makeup to last. So I am gonna do a bit of setting. And I hate to take down all of this glow, but on the other hand, I'll just apply a little bit, because I do want this to glow. I hate to cover up all of this beautifulness. I'll just be really light-handed with it. I just realized that I didn't put any bronzer on my forehead. So let's go ahead and try that. Put it really ever so gently. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? I feel like I gotta blend it out really well. Pretty sure that dude is looking into the window. If this ruins my whole video, I'm gonna be pissed. Super creepy. I'm pretty sure he's like peering into the window. I feel a little bit uncomfortable, but whatever. Let's move on. So that is the bronzer on my forehead. I do feel like that it's slight, but I feel like that it made a difference. I do feel like that I'm not so starkly white there. So it's nice. It's really nice. And I can tell even after doing a little bit of powdering, it's still glowy, and I like that. Alright, now time for the eyes. I'm going to prep my eyes with the Shadow Insurance from Too Faced. I haven't used this in a hot minute, so I'm excited to, whoops, go back into it. I was going to say dip into it, but I guess I'm not dipping. Did that get on my shirt? Nice. That just got on my shirt. So, that's nice. That left a nice big old spot. Well, I guess I'm washing this shirt. Alright, let's just pretend like that's not there. Now I'm going to go into the Natasha Denona Peak palette. I'm excited to use this. I'm going to set it with this brush from It Cosmetics. And I'm going to use this lighter shade. We're just going to set that eyeshadow base. A lot of times I use my pressed powder to set my base if I don't have a cream or white light shade in the palette, but since there's one here, why not use it? I do appreciate that when I tap into this, that it is like not powdery. I feel like that it is quite controlled. It's not overly powdery. So I can appreciate that. The next shade I'm going to go into is this one here. I think that it's a very pretty shade. It's like a light, it's a pinky neutral shade. Kind of leans a little bit pinkier than a lot of the transition shades that I'm used to. Ooh, but it's nice. There's the transition shade. I think that it blends out really nicely. Really, really nicely. And next, I'm going to go into, I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush, and I'm going to go into the orange shade. Yeah, you see this? I like tap on it, and I don't feel like it does give me a lot on the brush, but it's not like overly powdery in the pan, so I can really appreciate that. The one thing that I really wish that this palette had was a mirror. Like, I truly miss palettes that don't have mirrors, because as much as I'd like to think that I don't need them, I think I do. And this shade goes a long way. It's very pigmented, so while I do say that you go into it and you don't need to tap off your brush, maybe you do for the orange one, because it is pretty pigmented. There's that. That's really strong, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into my NYX Glitter Glue because I want to really enhance this shimmer shade. All right, now we're gonna go into this shade here. Whoa, now that packs a punch, especially over top of the glitter glue. That is really pretty. And it kind of mutes out that orange. I think this color, or this look, was going to lean way more orange than I had anticipated. I mean, I know that that was an orange, but I think that I'm excited that this shimmer shade kind of neutralizes the orange. Here's this brush. This is another Sonia Kashuk blending crease brush. Really like this brush. And we're gonna go into the brown and put that on the outer corner. I think the one thing I can really appreciate about the Natasha Denona palettes that I've had, which is only 2, mind you, it's not very many, but the ones that I have here are one and done kind of looks. They provide you with every shade that you could want for a one palette, one look. And it's one that you could take on the go. It's a mindless palette where you can just, you know what look will come out of that palette, and you don't have to stress or think about it. And I can really appreciate that kind of a palette. This is very pretty. And kind of basic, like maybe you can get this in just about any palette. Like for instance, this palette is probably close enough where you can kind of do the same thing. I think it's quite a bit less versatile than this one, but if you get what I'm saying, it's just a one tone kind of a look. I must say though, this is super pretty. The tones are really nice. And I think that it's very pretty. Very pretty, very glam. And I don't at all regret this. Alright, let me go off camera. I always take my time doing my brows and my lashes and my eyeliner, so I am going to go off camera and do that. Guys, so I'm back. I will tell you what I did. Did my brows with the e.l.f. Precision Liner, or Ultra Precise Liner. And I used the Gimme Brow, this little mini that I have in the shade 5. And then I also put brown liner here. I just lined the whole thing and then did a slight wing on each side. I really think that this palette and this brown liner are the perfect duo. Like, I think that brown liner with this look is amazing. Like, I think black wouldn't do it. It wouldn't have the same effect. And I think brown is perfect. And then I used the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift, and it's a really nice mascara. I put a couple coats. I put like a coat and a half on each. What I did was I just coated this lash, came back and coated this one a little bit, kind of touched it up, and then did the same on this side. So they didn't dry down completely. They just kind of, I wouldn't say that it's 2 full coats because I didn't really go into it both times, but I made it really full. And then I used my MAC lipstick in Velvet Teddy. And my goodness, this is the most pretty neutral look that I think I've done in a while. I just think that the shade of this shimmer is absolutely perfect. And I think the fact that I used the NYX Glitter Glue to make it pop a little more did it justice. Then I used the Becca Cosmetics highlighter. I did put a little bit here. I just felt like I needed some highlighter. I don't know. I didn't have enough and I wanted more. Sometimes more is more. And then after looking at this, I really think the blush is beautiful, but I think that the contour is lacking a little bit. I think it just blended away into nothing. It was almost like the pigment didn't stay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use a little bronzer. Try not to go too crazy, but I am going to bronze up a little bit more. And I'm going to be careful here, but I'm going to place it in that bronzer area because I just don't see it. I don't see the bronzer at all, and I want bronzer. And I may have to play around with it a little bit. Maybe I applied it incorrectly, maybe I didn't apply enough, I don't know, but I find that sometimes with cream bronzers, I just want more, and that's how I feel right now today with that as well. So I may not be doing a lot of cream bronzer in the future if, I don't know if it's just that formula or if it's just like not my preference, you know? I even want to bring it out a little bit here. I just want it to actually show up. There we go. I feel like that shows up a little better. I don't want it to be stark. I don't want it to be like, whoa, she's just wearing bronzer. But I do want it to, I want to be a bronze goddess, okay? And that in cosmetics bronzer just isn't doing it for me. Which is a little bit unfortunate because I was really hoping that both of those products would work really well. I do think that the blush is amazing. Like, if M Cosmetics can do anything, they can do lip products and they can do blush. I'm not so sure about the bronzer. I'm really not. Had to assess the situation like Ally Glines does. So we are going to run a little bit of bronzer on the nose to try to give me a little bit of depth there. I've got the flattest nose known to man. Because of that, I every once in a while will bronze my nose. Not all the time, because sometimes I feel like it's just not necessary, especially when I put my glasses on. Let's take out the clips. Those clips really did something to my hair. Alright. But there we go. That's the look. That's the final look. And I think that it's good. I think it's nice. It's a great natural look. I don't think... Oh man, look at that highlighter. Yeah, I think it was the smart move to add highlighter. But this was so much fun. I hope that you enjoyed me trying out new products. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Ring the little bell, because that will obviously, I think everyone knows by this point, that the bell helps you get notified for future uploads. And you don't want to miss my future uploads because they're fun. And we have a lot of fun here. And if you want to have fun, then you want to subscribe. My Instagram is @LizzieLikesLipstick. I hope to see you next time. Bye! Why do I do this?